let's actually show hard because that's more relatable to people anyway. And this is a bunch of epics with Jizoh, who we get very early that most people vault. It's with the new champion for the fusion. Let's start with hard. I want to see... I mean, the only difference with hard is I normally like to throw in more HP burns than just Geo. I would rather have an AoE HP burn champion in the mix. The good thing is I'm on the test server. It doesn't really matter. I can cut out and save. I could save the details, but then still be able to try other difficulties as well. We just should call him Pumbaa, right? Alright. Alright, alright, alright. Of course I go attack the one head that's gonna fear me. Good job. Increase speed. We don't really need it, honestly, though. We don't even need the increased speed, let alone... Alright. You know what's weird? Jizoh is confusing, right? He puts a counterattack buff on himself, and then he attacks. But then he wastes one of the counterattack buffs. The skills are backward. It should be the other way around. He should attack and then play. Like, take an extra... that doesn't make sense. He gets the extra turn after he puts counterattack on himself and wastes one of his buffs. Logic, man. Logic. I am starting to think that this team would be better with Royal Guard. So, Husk being the bad affinity to deal with the Head of Mischief devouring, like, Geomancer, kind of leaves me a little bit screwed because then I get weak hits and the big smashes aren't necessarily enough to get him back. So this is a concern. I might actually need to get Royal Guard back in. And Royal Guard does have a little bit better multipliers. So it makes sense that even though my Royal Guard is built a little bit worse crit damage-wise, he might be the better option. Alright, this is already... seems alright. Yeah, I could put the counterattack on someone else, but then that makes someone else a mischief target. That is probably the intention. You can put it on someone else. Oh, here we go. Come on, block buffs on the Head of Decay. Perfect. But the problem is I made him the only one who can handle mischief targeting. So I could do that for now. If he has block buffs, I could. Like right now, I could put it on like them. So that way they actually have a chance to counterattack with and place the taunting, well, provoke with the taunting set. But I have to make sure that I have block buffs up, or else my buffs are going to get stolen because the rest of the champions do not have enough resistance to deal with the Head of Mischief. Only my Jizoh does. Yeah, I definitely think based on that reality of his mechanics not making any sense, that it's intended not to actually use that on him. It's intended to use it on someone else. But he works well as a mischief target because he also puts up the continuous heal on himself. It's a continuous heal, right? I think. As I stop braining for a second. Oh, we got feared. It's fine. We don't really need the speed. It just kind of helps when this happens. We're already going to kill the Head of Mischief quickly, though. This already looks better. We definitely want to kill the Head of Torment. He's annoying. Warlord Sneckers, did you feed your Jizoh? He can control who the mischief target is. So you can put in someone super tanky and fun that's not Jizoh to be the one that the mischief target or the mischief goes after, but have that person have the high resistance instead of him. So that's kind of cool. Oh wait, I have to actually get this champion back, don't I? So it's Husk Eaton, of course. Go figure. Ooh, we actually land. Haha! I love when we actually get to attack the head that we're trying to attack. You know how Mischief is. He don't like to be attacked. He's like, nope, go attack someone else. I really want that HP burn to be available now. Come on, come on. I'm gonna keep trying though, with even though this head is down and risk losing the damage. Oh, my HP burn's not back. Come on, Relentless Set. Dang it. It's fine. Oh, I didn't need to do that. That was actually, that was decreased HP. I couldn't gain anything from that. All right, let's pump out a little damage here. Let's go. So we only have 1 round to block buffs on the Head of Mischief, so I'm not going to risk putting my shield and counterattack on him right now.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give it up. Don't be scared. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad. I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give it up. Don't be scared. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it.
your chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Won't
All right, there we go. Yay! Okay, so easy 1 key hard using our new friend Ukko. I don't know how else we'd say his name. Ukko. With Uugo, hey! I'll go and show. Let's see, I'm not gonna keep this result. I'm gonna free regroup because I might want to play with this on Brutal as well. Like, I think we were talking about this. The intention was to actually do a Brutal key, but I ended up doing hard because I figured this was what felt more appropriate for these people. I think if we were going to do Brutal with this rotation, this is rotation 1, not rotation 6 or whatever the hell, what are we on? Rotation 4 on the real server. But because of this rotation and the affinities that were involved and the starting heads, I think for Brutal, I would have taken out Jizoh and put in Bivald for the sake of the shields for survivability. Well, actually not even for this rotation, just for the Head of Wrath coming out. We don't really have good protection for dealing with the Head of Wrath at all. There's no AoE increased defense, there's no Revive on Death, there's no shields, there's no Veil, there's no AoE passive, or there's no passive like Duchess's passive to mitigate damage. So, and I don't have anyone in a Guardian set either. That's another great help. I do have decreased attack. That's the only protection we have against the Head of Wrath, and that's a little bit scary. So I would definitely say Bivald instead of Jizoh would be a good shout here. And then maybe instead of Husk, based on affinities, I might have wanted Royal Guard because of the affinities for this one in particular. Because if the Head of Mischief ends up eating someone, Husk is the bad affinity, and it's hard to attack that head unless it's under Hex. So that's kind of my thoughts here. I also could see, for the sake of hard and normal, in this rotation, because the Head of Wrath is not starting, I would say no Geomancer. Just put in Mordecai or Ninja. Ninja would probably be a fun shout. Still can spread some HP burns around, but also do a little bit more damage. Geo really needs the Head of Wrath around to pump out big numbers. So let's go take a look at the champions. Let's see here. So we have our new friend Ukko. I actually was able to get a 1-star soul for Ukko out of the shop. So what I did for Ukko was actually give him Cruelty. Cruelty at 1-star gets up to 5% decreased defense on all of the heads very quickly, because it's 1% per hit, but it maxes up to 5% for a boss at 1-star. So that means every single other champion are kind of enabled to do more damage. Decreasing their defense also helps for sake of War Master procs, so that should at least be able to add a little extra damage to this. Just a little extra damage. But I have Ukko in a taunting set for the extra chance to help provoke the Head of Decay. All of my stats I did in mine for Brutal instead of for Hard, so that made it very easy. I didn't have to worry about speeds for sake of Hard. I had a couple people a little slow, but I know I had the increased speed buff in here as well, and it ended up being fine. Plenty of accuracy, more than needed for Ukko. Masteries, we have War Master Masteries. I always love this cycle of magic on people like this for Hydra. Extra chances to refresh our cooldowns. We've got, all right, who's next? Who's that? It's all epics besides Ukko. That was the fun of it, right? That was the fun of it. Let's see. My Geomancer I used was in Relentless gear. Refresh gear is also good for him, or reflex gear, refresh accessory is also good for him. More speed than needed for Hard for sure. You only need like 220 speed for Hard. And more accuracy than needed for Hard as well. So he was solidly built, no issues there. And he was with War Master Mastery as well. Kind of this, these are kind of this similar thing as my go-to. Either go here or here for the Mastery typically, but this is kind of my go-to tree for Hydra. We had Doom Priest involved. I didn't change her. She has lasting gifts and some other stuff going on. She's kind of built for my Doom Tower. Didn't really need to change her. I did put her in full Relentless, just like I use her in like Griffin. Fast enough for this boss as well. And some survivability. We had Husk in here for the damage. Also could have used Royal Guard, like I mentioned. Husk is a little too slow, but I didn't worry about it because it ended up working out fine, like I said. I probably should have, just for sake of the fact I wasn't using the increased speed constantly. I wanted to make sure the decreased attack was off, but it's all right. It's all right. You'd be surprised how often you don't actually need as much speed as you think. Right here, Uugo is a beast. I freaking love Uugo. Refresh accessories, cleansing accessories help too, especially for someone who is your cleanser. So she's 237 for speed as well. All of this was trying to get close to what I needed for brutal, but we ended up going hard, so it's fine. My accuracy was a little low for hard, or for brutal, but then I didn't worry about it because I decided to do hard. And same thing here with mastery, is very similar to what I like to do. I did put her in Spirit Haste because she does have her special passive where if she's the last one alive, she revives everyone with block damage. So at least that gives her a little extra opportunity to do so. And then we have our surprising feature here of Jizoh. Everyone's like, Jizoh in Hydra? Yeah, Jizoh. He has provoked he can keep up. That's why I have the reflex artifact set in here as well. I also put a blood shield just as another thing to make sure he's always the mischief target. I do have him as the mischief target because of he puts a buff on himself, plus he can choose where these other buffs go. So that just helps. But honestly, the way his kit is designed, he puts the counterattack on, and then if he goes, he wastes a counterattack, so that's kind of silly. So I think he is definitely designed to put this on somebody else, to protect someone else. But he could actually protect himself too, and you can make him be the mischief target. But it works okay. So this is a 3-turn cooldown, 2-turn provoke. So it's not enough to be the only provoker, which is why I put up, that's why I put Ukko in a taunting set, and I put Huskin for extra provoke protection. But we want to make sure he's the mischief target, so I just want to make sure he always had the most amount of buffs up. So yeah, that's all. My stats are reflective of that. You could also go, I wanted War Master Mastery, just more damage. If you have trouble getting the resistances, you could always go the resistance tree, but I try to avoid that. I want to go damage. Did I? Oh yeah, see my resistance for him, 468. 468. So he had plenty of resistance to deal with that of mischief. And yay, success! Ukko is definitely a fun champion for Hydra, I think. And I easily brutal, if not nightmare as well. I mean, block buffs, decrease accuracy, decrease attack on the A1, a revive with a block damage, and an increased speed buff. That's a lot of utility. Plus a chance to steal a random buff each time they receive a buff. That's really interesting. And it becomes protected. Any stolen buffs become protected. But luckily, with Ukko and Uugo in my team there, block buffs were on most of the time, so it was pretty rare that the Hydra heads actually had a buff on them to steal. Success, though. I like it.